I would first like to state that this video in no way gives my viewpoints of whether I'm for or against the use of anabolic steroids or any other type of HGH supplement. This video is simply to help people in their judgment of who they think is and isn't on steroids from a noob standpoint. But to be honest, Alright, so I've been noticing this thing going on in the YouTube fitness industry where this intense discussion about who is on steroids, isn't on steroids, and I've been noticing it for about the last year or so. And I know a lot of people don't really know what to look for when they might think that somebody's on steroids or somebody isn't on steroids. At least somebody like me or somebody else that has been training for a long time is really looking for places to get tips on how to train properly, what kind of techniques to use, what kind of nutrition, what kind of supplementation and things like that. And in all honesty, it's not really ever that obvious. A lot of people will say that you can't tell if somebody's on steroids or somebody's not on steroids. And there are a few fitness channels out there. So a couple people that I look at, Judgement Fitness, Vegan Gains, people that are really intent on teaching people how to judge somebody's content on YouTube in the fitness industry, whether or not their advice is valid because of the fact that they might be on steroids and not, and still giving people the advice that they can achieve feats that other people are achieving because they're on steroids. My one tip to you all, anybody out there that's looking for advice on somebody from YouTube or a video or training wise, you can't really tell if they're on steroids by what they look like, because in all honesty, there are people out there that are on steroids that look shitty, like look worse than me, or skinnier than me, can't train like me, don't lift like me, all that shit. Instead of looking at people for how they look to tell if they're on steroids, look at their feats. Instead of their physical attributes, look at their physical feats. Look at what they do in the gym. If somebody can lift 405, 495 for like 10 reps, 15 reps, that's not normal. That's not even human. Either they're a genetic anomaly and they're just like gifted like that, which that does happen, or they're juicing. And that's not to say that it's not a bad thing, but I feel like the problem a lot of people have is that somebody that's on steroids telling somebody that's not on steroids that you can do this too. You can achieve all these great feats that I achieve if you just diet properly and take your protein and your creatine whenever you want to, and a little bit of pre-workout every now and then. Shit's not fucking true, man. In all honesty, what the real problem is that there's this huge group of people that have this massive following of noobs that want to get better in the gym. They want to grow muscle, they want to get bigger, they want to make gains and all this stuff, but they're not being given the right information. You cannot do the same thing that somebody on steroids is doing. It's just not physically possible, at least from my standpoint. And then there are people that would train for years and years and years and years and years, and those people are dedicated. They've made their gains, they've made that move, they become just amazing in the fitness world, and they can do all these great things. And those are the people that you should probably look to, one, if you want to get some good advice. And then there are, from my standpoint, a lot of good things I've learned have come from powerlifters, because in the powerlifting world, there's not a lot of people on steroids. There's a lot of people that are working hard, doing it for the love of fitness and just trying to test their bodies out naturally, seeing where their ultimate potential is without getting on steroids. And then there are a lot of honest people in the powerlifting community that will tell you, hey, I was juicing, I did steroids, I either stayed with it or I left it because blah blah blah, their choice. Bodybuilders, on the other hand, these motherfuckers be lying, Jesus. They be lying. They will tell you all these things, and it's not to discredit them. I don't really care if they are on steroids or aren't on steroids. That doesn't make a difference to me. What I like to judge them by is the kind of advice they can give you on how to properly lift, how to properly train, how to do the correct movements, the most effective movements that you want to make in order to build muscle, because that's what they did. Particularly whenever you listen to somebody, if they're telling you, oh, you can bench 4 or 5 if you just eat right and train properly for a year or so, or blah blah blah. That's not. If you want to look like Phil Heath, take steroids. If you want to look like somebody else competing in NPC or IFBB, just juice, get it over with. That's the only way. It's too much competition out there that is juicing to like not do that. You know what I'm saying? And granted, it's consideration. I'm not for steroids or against it. I'm not giving my judgment on this video, but that's a choice you have to make. But just remember, when you're looking for advice to lift properly and how to make gains in the gym, be careful of who you take that advice from and how you take it. Take everything with a grain of salt, because what works for somebody else might not work for you. It might not be effective for you. It might not just be comfortable for you. So always take the advice of somebody that you cannot tell if they're on steroids or not. Take that advice with a grain of salt, and that's the best way to make gains. And take advice from a lot of different places, apply it in the gym, and see what works out for you. It's been Gabriel. I'm out. If you like the video, please like the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.